Confrontation, add unnecessary confrontation, ultimately equals confrontation. This video will provide some effective behavior management principles and strategies that can be applied in the college setting. Behavior management is the process of supporting learners to make positive choices that are conducive to a safe, effective, and welcoming college environment. And ultimately, every professional in the college environment is responsible. I want us to think about this through a preventative lens as opposed to a reactive lens. Ultimately, we have to be reactive and responsive at some points, but I really want us to try and keep that concept at the front of our mind. The word in itself, college, not to get into a deep history lesson, comes from a Latin verb that talks about a collection of people, of colleagues. So every single person who is employed in the college environment has a responsibility to ensure effective behavior of staff and students whilst on campus. It's a fundamental value to ensure that everybody feels safe, welcomed on campus. And the beautiful challenge that we all have for this is that we are all responsible inside and outside of the classroom. And I'd like us to think about some of these concepts about us being a positive gatekeeper of our college values and understanding that we all have a role to play in ensuring effective learner behavior on campus. Routines and relationships for learners are so important. Day-to-day routines of a learner arriving on campus, wearing their lanyard for safeguarding purposes is of critical importance. And we should all take pride in positively reminding learners, challenging learners about this. Also, no swearing, making sure that they're not littering, making sure that they are acting in an appropriate and responsible way whilst on campus. As professional services staff, it is absolutely our responsibility to intervene in a positive and not an aggressive manner when this behaviour occurs. I want us to think about if routines are important for learners inside and outside the classroom, if we are collective in terms of our staff approach in challenging this behaviour, the more that learners get challenged positively, it will have a direct impact on minimising negative behaviour. So as professional services staff, it's about us having confidence and competence in our belief in that we are doing the right thing. We are also ensuring that learners are displaying the values of our college and employability skills that they need to directly move into the world of work. I want to provide one little strategy for us to think about it. And whilst I've said about our language and ensuring that we are assertive and not aggressive and being really positive with our language, I want you to think about the 2-1 questioning model. The 2-1 questioning model is where you would provide 2 warm-up questions before the third question, which is what you're actually going to do on addressing the behaviour. So if you arrive on campus and learners are acting inappropriately, I would encourage you to be assertive with a positive body language and positive communication tone. Something simple as, "Hi, how are you doing today? What's your name? What course are you on?" I've even provided 3 questions. And as soon as you've got some responses from the learners, you then follow up with the question that you want to. Have you got any idea why I might have stopped to talk to you today? And at this point, because you've engaged them in a adult, mature-like way, it is highly likely that they'll respond in a mature way and they'll evaluate their behavior straight away. And it's having that confidence in yourself as services staff to continually challenge in a positive way to make sure all learners' behaviour on campus is really effective. Think about the standards and the college values that we all uphold to make sure it's a safe, welcoming, enjoyable place to work. And think about the 2-1 questioning model, a really effective tool on challenging inappropriate behavior.